He
He'll say,
won't.
okay, go on.
I can't think of anything else that you asked.
Yeah, the only other thing you'd bring up, say, do you know who would be the man of many names? And he'll repeat that quote too. I've been meaning to call him on the phone, but since he's there, or call him on the Matrix, whatever. Uh, yeah, that spirit we saw, the main one, the big one, said something about the sun will set and tell the many named man.
That seemed like something you'd probably record.
Right,
Yeah.
it's there. Yeah. He
So
probably
you'll
recorded
probably,
it and saved it.
yeah, I'll assume you recorded it and saved it because um, you'll be able to show him to it, and he'll say, "Well, you said your one of your friends mentioned that worked for that guy worked for Horizon, and Horizon's out there and doing things, and sun go sun setting. The only major group I can think of that has to do with the sun is Horizon."
That was my interpretation. All right, well, there's, keep the clips for what you want, I guess. Maybe you can trade that info for something.
I think this is one of the things that it's better for you to just sort of not pass it around. Seems like this getting to the wrong people's hand may annoy Balosh, and this Balosh doesn't look like someone that you want to annoy.
Yeah, well, that's true. I was mainly talking about the Stephen Onwin guy or Stefan Onwa. Onwa, is that an M? It is an M. And so as for the Balosh thing, I don't know. I mean, he's already seen it, so we can already tell people about it. But yeah, maybe he won't give the clip exactly unless
Not just
asked.
pissing off Balosh, but attracting Horizon's attention.
Yeah, my main thing is that just in the asking, I've given Snowman information, so I've already gone 75% there anyway. Is kind of the thinking.
Well, if you do decide to pass this information around, don't tell anyone I know.
Oh no, I mean if this is who's saying this, Snowman? Because if
Yeah,
Snowman's
that
saying
would
it,
be
he would
something.
just.
That would be something Snowman would say.
Oh yeah, no, Coyote's not passing it around. He just said he's already shown it to Snowman in general, and he said, so now you have it. You can do it with it what you want. Was my point, which should go without saying.
And Snowman's point is he doesn't want to do anything with it other than forget it.
Well, that's fine. I mean, Coyote gets that as well. But the point is that Coyote's not going to be passing it around. He was just asking Snowman for it. That's all. So it's neither of them want to pass it around as the end result.
Yay. Glad we could come to peace. Woo! We didn't die!
Woo! Nope. I did not get a chance to use those spirits bigger ability.
No, I
These
think you.
spells.
I think you had a chance. I think you had plenty of chances.
Well, the entire combat lasted what? 1, 2 rounds? 3?
2 combat passes.
Yeah,
Two
less
combat
than
turns.
less than 2 full turns, so about 4.5 seconds total.
Sean had the chance. We just, one spirit got shocked.
It's okay. They don't die.
Right. They'll be back in like a month. They'll remember what you did to them.
They'll remember it for the rest of eternity.
Unless someone engages on a metaplanar quest to permanently destroy that free spirit.
Tune in next week when we go on the Metaplanar quest.
For that, one of us would actually have to be initiated. Or have a spirit guide.
I've got
after going to the bar, do you guys each go home?
Yep.
Yeah.
Drunkenly drive home, or at least let the autopilot drive home.
Twitch will hang out, chat, try to get a feel for these guys as actual people instead of just coworkers.
What you will notice is that Coyote is still a dick, but he's actually kind of in better spirits recently.
You'll notice that Vice can hold his liquor.
It's like, yeah, he may be a dick, but he's a happy dick.
I've seen many dicks in my day, and this is the happiest of them all.
You can figure out that Vice can hold his liquor, and generally, he's a generally nice guy.
Well, can I get a perception test from Twitch?
It's a trap!
Is this visual?
This
Auditory?
will be visual, but your electronic bonuses won't apply.
Oh, really?
Yeah, just
really.
Just your essentially what you have inside your brain ish. I don't know how to fucking phrase it, but nothing electronic applies.
Okay.
Okay. You'll see the sitting sort of you'll come into your room and be looking around, and you'll be using AR to do things because you're doing stuff online, and it's just sort of going into VR to do that means that you're sort of a limp body, and that makes walking around difficult. So you're looking around in augmented reality, and you notice that at the corner of your eye, there's something in your room. It's about knee high, just sort of sitting there in the corner, sort of green, diamondish.
Twitch will draw her gun and, be all startled.
When you draw your gun, out of the corner of your eye, you'll see... Wait, nope, you have cyber eyes. You can't unsee it.
How terrifying!
What has been seen cannot be unseen. But no, it won't take you more than a few moments to realize that's something in the AR. That's not something physical.
Alright, she'll check out the arrow, or whatever it is, and look for an object that's projecting it.
When you start looking around and poking around, what would this be? What's a matrix perception test?
Oh shit.
I think it's like scan or something?
Yeah, it's scan plus
All of my matrix skills are 1 die.
Okay, so it's scan plus whatever plus 1 die.
Alright, and can I have my agent work on that?
You can sort of indicate what it is and look for what it is. Actually, no, yeah, go ahead and roll anyways.
That was a good roll. I'm pleased by that.
It'll certainly find what it is, and it's a something in your home node. It'll actually be able to tell you what it is once I find where the hell is it?
Did you check between the seat cushions?
Fucking Crimson.
It's essentially what it returns is after a moment a program and an agent. Then after a moment it'll narrow it down to an independent agent, possibly some kind of proto-sapient. And then when you sort of query what a proto-sapient is, it'll return essentially the bridge between an agent and a full AI.
So it's like an embryonic AI?
Not quite. It's more of, well, an AI is sapient. It's more like the dog equivalent of an AI.
Oh. And can it be like guided
Domesticated?
into being a full AI, or is that not
No. It can't be, it cannot grow from where it is intellectually.
Can it be domesticated?
Quick data search, you won't even have to roll. Yes, it can.
Well, shit. Looks like Twitch has a pet.
You came home and there is essentially an electronic dog sitting in your house.
Except it's a green diamond.
A
Close enough.
translucent kite cut gemstone with a face and 5 legs and colorations varying from yellow green to greenish brown. This one is a very vivid green. And no, you can't alter its icon at all. Do you ask anyone else about information or anything like that?
Yeah, Twitch is going to totally ring up Mr. Monday and say, hey, what do you do with a proto-sapient?
Get rid of it.
Why?
Because the vast majority of them are fairly dangerous. They eat programs, eat sprites, eat pretty much anything.
But the stuff I looked up says you can domesticate them.
Yeah, a handful of them, but here, let me come over here. And at this point, he will log on to your home network. And you'll see in the AR, assuming you're still standing around in AR, a couple of white balls of light just sort of floating around, looking around the room, and then noticing the heat frog. And he'll tell you that's what it's called, a heat frog. Says it's not a dangerous one, but it's not exactly a clever one. The short of what he'll give you is that it's essentially a dog. A kind of dumb dog, doesn't know about the real world. Doesn't really this one in particular doesn't really fuck with computers. It doesn't, like, some of them will, and all of them eat programs. They eat electronic programs. It's sort of the, well, hard to explain. But the short is this one doesn't have a problem so long as you don't overtax your home network's memory.
That's fine. I do pretty much everything on my comlink anyway.
Yeah,
What kind
I
of,
guess that's...
What kind of programs does it eat?
This one just uses it uses unused memory cores to eat. So unused memory areas to eat, to munge is what it's called. And it just sort of slops around in your unused memory areas and fucks them up even more, but it's not like you're using them, so it doesn't really matter. So
Right, and I can just write over them again later.
right, just don't write over all of them, otherwise it'll either figure out something else or starve to death.
Sure. Can you, like, teach it to do stuff? Like, use as an agent? Like, is that a thing that someone can do?
It is, but it's like to do it, you've gotta. This is strange. Someone's actually put this thing here. It's actually stuck it here. Huh.
Can you figure out who stuck it here? I mean,
No, there's no way I can backtrack this. It essentially just has login information for your node. Well, I'm fairly sure it is. It can't. These ones can't hack. Like, if they're jumping from node to node, they can't hack into new nodes. They can only go into public access areas. And this one has access to your node, like admin rights to your node. It's not dangerous for it to, because it won't do anything with it. It can't do anything with it. It doesn't have the intelligence to. But that's strange. Someone actually left it here for you. But yeah, you can train it, but it's like training a dog. It's not like training an agent. You're gonna have to. It's a whole different set of skills to train one of these things. You can call a dog trainer to do it. I mean, actually, there's actually a guy out on the enclave who trained dogs, and now he trains proto-sapiens. And
Huh. That's cool. No, I think I want to do this myself. That sounds fun.
Okay, it's your thing. It's just, but yeah, you can't really buy them or anything. Not much. Like normally they're because they don't just sort of they don't. Well, fuck, it's late. I'll tell you more later. I was in the middle of something. I'll give you a lowdown on everything you need to know later. And he'll disappear and probably in a few hours send you the information. The short is the rules for working with proto-sapiens is the same exact rules you'd use for working with animals, which is a whole different set of skills, the animal handling skill.
Nifty. So how much downtime we're gonna have? Because I think that Twitch might be investing a point into the animal husbandry group.
You'll have 1 week of downtime.
Okay.
Well,
Alrighty
there
then.
you go.
And I mentioned 7 karma, and each of you hopefully already added the 5,000 you get, and I think that's everything to end the session.
Yep. That actually does give me just enough karma to increase my magic from 5 to 6.
That will actually not take time.
Alright.
I'm guessing that's just something that just sort of happens to your character.
I meant...
Yeah, that's sort of not something you really train in or practice. It's just sort of something that you've put enough effort into it to grow.
Yep. Especially, after all of the trials and tribulations my character has been through, constantly testing his boundaries and scopes of power. Especially, with this session, trying to counterspell some sustained spells, including a 4/7.
I'm gonna have to ask you, do you know what spells you're gonna pick up?
Oh, I'm not exactly picking up spells. I'm just getting magic. Unlike with an adept, I don't get free spells whenever I increase my magic. I can get spells at any time, though. I don't have a PowerPoint limit. I can have 20. No, I can have 25 spells. I could have, I think, as many spells as twice my magic. Yeah, or something. I don't know. I think starting.
That's a limitation. That's a limitation at start, and as you're limited to as many spells as you have in your spell casting or ritual casting, I think.
There we go. So yeah, I have I'm far more flexible on what I can pick up than what an adept is in regard to their powers, you know. Because you're only partially awakened. You're not all the way there, man. You don't even know what I see.
He's as far as anyone's concerned, he's as fully awakened from you. He just learns to move his body differently. His is internal, yours is external.
No, you don't understand. My character is prejudiced against it.
He's prejudiced against
son of a bitch.
He's a prejudiced against me because I can punch the back axle of a car off.
But you can't punch a spirit wolf.
Because the spirit wolf cheats. The back axle of the car does not have edge.
I guess the car doesn't have edge. Oh, it's great. Well, I mean, the session went by faster than many of our others. It actually took place entirely during one session. Everyone was here, which was a nice change. We only had one combat, which turned out okay, and a lot of role-playing involved.
Okay, then before anyone signs off, I want one last roll from almost everyone.
Okay. So, I guess I have to ask, how well would that whole not spend a few months there thing have gone if, you know, we, say, I elected to put the damn spirit out of its misery by mana bolting?
Vice
shit
has,
was that?
That's how many dice I want each of you to roll. They're knowledge tests, but telling you what the knowledge is would maybe give something away in a couple of your cases. Vice doesn't have any relevant knowledges at all.
Boom! Critical glitch.
Go ahead and roll. GM says so. Remove. And... Alright! Also, once again, I am the only person to have gone through all of his edge. Sweet.
Then you should have it all back by next week.
Yeah.
Then, as for who your next Mr. Johnson will be,
Well, we may have hit the big time.
I didn't want to hit that big of a time.
So, when...
I'd hit that.
So, whenever our Mr. Johnson this session said that he's seen worse. and he offered to put us in contact, perhaps with someone more powerful than him.
God damn it.
he was neither joking nor exaggerating.
I had it in the back of my head that a dragon could be
never doing a deal with a dragon is that sometimes you can't say no to a dragon.
It's difficult.
Also, for the moment, this is still metagame knowledge.
Right.
But I'll tell you when you realize who your Mr. Johnson is.
Yeah, no, this is metagame knowledge because, you know, I picked up the animal husbandry group instead of increasing my pistols. God damn it.
Vice is not gonna know what's going on until he meets the dragon.
Was
Just never
our
know.
was that knowledge, was that whatever role you had us do in relation to figuring out who next Mr. Johnson would be?
Yes, that is when you see your next Mr. Johnson, that's the role that I would have had you make to know who they are. So,
Oh boy.
again, Trusair will be the only one that actually knows what's going on.
God damn it. Why does this keep happening to me? Why did I put so much shit into knowledge?
So Coyote will just know that she's a cute redhead. That's it.
So it's a female dragon. That means I can hit it.
We're so fucked.
Let's go over that again. The female dragon. With Vice, I think even he might realize the second half of that trumps the first half.
We'll have to see.
Just go ahead and tell me now if I should make sure that I have her stats on hand.
He's not going to punch her if she's actually like in dragon form or anything like that, but whatever. He probably won't punch her, period.
He probably won't. Jordan leaves open the window.
It's a possibility. I mean, if she has to give an offer, he has to refuse. How is he going to refuse?
I mean, I was told on the street,
By saying he refuses?
fucking Dunkelzon himself told me in his will not to make a deal with the dragon. Who am I to say that Dunkelzon is wrong?
Well, when you put it like that.
That'd just be rude and insulting of the dragon, you know? He's dead. That was a good reveal. So this entire week with metagame knowledge, I have to live with this burden.
I was considering having the actual scene out beforehand, but yeah, I don't want to run that at this period. So you get metagame knowledge.
Yay, metagame knowledge.
I'm going to take the skill metagame knowledge. I'm always going to know.
The knowledge skills, metagame knowledge.
Wasn't it Aaron
the
that was going
threshold
to
is
take
always-
breaking the fourth wall skill at some point?
Fuck yeah.
Sure, the
Perception
threshold for
with a special-
success is all.
Perception with a specialty in fourth wall, knowledge meta.
Can I get throw rock as an active skill as well?
It's just throw with a rock
You know what?
specialization.
Oh,
That's
okay.
exactly what I was just gonna say.
Ah. Yes, so.
So yes, you can.
Alright, sweet. The world is my oyster now. I thought the session ran well, despite the fact that we'd been absent from it for a bit. Turned out well, I think.
Pretty much.
Twitch was pretty pleased about, taking out multiple spirits. Like a boss.
Vice had quite a few fucks to give. I was having a tally.
I noticed that.
The tally grew to 5 at one point. I had 5 fucks to give. And then it just went away.
I can imagine him coming home. Where have you been? I said I was doing a job for a few days. How about you, Krypton? How do you feel?
Coyote is stoked that he doesn't have to spend money to repair a droid this time. Or a droid. I keep saying droid. A drone.
Same thing.
No, I don't know, man. The Lucas lawyers say different.
Yeah, but George Lucas doesn't own it anymore.
Right, that's how Coyote feels.
That
How
is-
do you feel, Crimson? Did you like the session? Did you dislike the session? How you doing?
I'm doing just fantastic.
Now, when you say it like that, it's all sarcastic, and then I don't believe you.
No, it was fun. I liked the session. It was good.
All right. I gotta prod you out of your shell, Crimson. Let you become the beautiful role-playing butterfly I know you can be.
I don't need more prodding. I think that just gets disgusting.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm
The
not one
shell's
of the
there
young
for a
girls
reason,
you
Grimith.
like.
Come
Yeah.
Also, anyone that's didn't decide to that was interested in why I chose the password for TeamSpeak for this week can zoom out.
I did
You mean
notice.
Europe and Africa?
I did
Yeah,
notice
Yeah.
just a few minutes ago. I hadn't been zoomed that far out.
Yeah. Fuck the curvature of the Earth. Those things do not line up at all. I cannot do that.
It's okay.
If you look at the Africa map, look at Spain. It's like squashed.
Yeah, I thought that that was the reason, you were talking about Africa.
Yeah. I next time if there's reincarnation, I want to be reincarnated on a world that's a flat featureless plane.
Nah, that's boring.
Dear reincarnation cycle. Please.
I don't know. Niven had a few really cool books about that.
So what's everyone gonna spend their? Well, obviously we know what Aaron aspires to with his karma. How about you, Jordan? How much karma do you have?
19.
All right.
I would have had 20 had I not spent 1 to the Beast Spirit.
Right.
And I want to get Magic 6 so I can, actually get more magic.
Right. You'll need
How much does Magic 6 cost for you?
30.
30. It's 5 times your next level to increase a primary attribute, or just increase an A attribute.
And once I get that, I have a pretty good idea of what adept power I'm going to pick up. Traceless step. I can walk across papers without breaking it.
Ooh.
I really want to pick up
That
the
is an
auto
interesting
looters.
one, but the thing with traceless stuff is you have to remember the thing has to be able to support you. So like if I remember right, it doesn't actually give you the ability to like walk on things that like will break.
Let me read it.
Maybe.
The adept with this power may move over surfaces, including soft or brittle surfaces such as snow, sand, or thin paper, without leaving visible traces. He makes no contact. He makes no noise with contact with the floor. I cannot walk across liquid surfaces.
That still doesn't mean that they'll support your weight, just that you won't leave visible traces. Like, a surface could be covered with snow, sand, or thin paper, but it still needs to be able to support your weight beneath it.
Which page is that?
That's on page 180 of Street Magic. At least, obviously, it'd be cool. Obviously, it'd be cooler if you could walk across any softer brittle surface.
There is one that gives you the ability to run short distances on it. Let me double check what that is.
There's one for running up walls.
I mean, considering the text, I could actually see it go either way, including the interpretation that you could just walk straight across thin paper. Obviously, we're not going to find a lot of surfaces made of thin paper.
I was mostly taking it for the fact
Okay.
that I make no noises when I walk.
And you don't leave visible traces either.
So it's
Hitting the wrong
basically
button all the time. If you want the one that lets you run across stuff without that will not support your weight, that's gliding on page 177 of Street Magic. This power allows an adept to run up to magic meters across a tangible surface that would normally be unable to hold his weight, such as fragile tree plants, thin ice, or water. Any attempts to run longer distance require breaking points or landings between uses of gliding.
That means I could be Jesus for a while.
That, or you mean you could just like be someone who like runs across the treetops and just like sort of like hop from tree to tree.
Yeah, there's a lot of trees in LA.
Well, obviously, our next major run is going to occur in Aztlan.
Yeah, and could you throw in some pirouettes and stuff? Because Cody wants to film an orc doing that.
Maybe you need facial sculpt.
Also, apparently, this thing does stack with traceless walk. So if you have that, you're just like,
Yep.
I can run anywhere and not leave a trace anywhere.
We're doing
Up
a good
to
job.
magic meters.
Magic meters.
I did think about facial sculpt, but it's like, eh.
I was just joking with that. You have so many possible options. You don't have to take damage to use those options.
Yeah, but I have to spend. I have a finite limit that's a lot harder to increase.
I have a fine light limit too. It's called drain resistance.
But yeah, I have some ideas of what I'm going to pick up when I have the experience points for it. I have a question.
Okay.
Can spirits give you karma?
I don't know if there's any rules for that, but as a general rule, they won't.
They like.
I was
There's
thinking-
really nothing you can. There's nothing you can offer them that's more worth more than karma.
I was thinking
And-
I could do a service for them or something like that. Okay, that's fine.
And you have to remember, yeah. Well, there's really nothing more that would be worth more than the karma to them. And to do that, everyone has to be completely willing. So you can't like threaten one into giving you karma because they won't be willing to. They cannot do it.
There are a few, a very few, very, very, very few in the entire world that have like essence drain powers as well as karma drain powers that can do that without consent. But we are almost assuredly never going to meet any one of these over the course of the entire campaign.
There's actually
Well, now
a
that you
fair
said-
number of different types of creatures and things that can do essence drain.
Right, like the
Vampires,
vampires
for
and stuff,
example.
yeah. We're not going to beat vampires in this campaign. Come on.
I hope not. Twitch won't survive it.
Yeah, Twitch comes across a vampire. That's close to one of the more deadly things for her. That's like up there, right next to Great Dragon.
Yeah, no joke. She's got less than 2 essence. She's fucked. But yeah, I really want the autoloader specialization, but it made more sense considering recent events for Twitch to take the animal husbandry skill group.
But anyway, Jordan, no, since spirits, they require so little, at least that metahumans would hold valuable, it would be you possibly doing services for you in exchange for you giving karma, or, entering into some sort of pact, which is possible. Sort of like you guys had there, like a mutual exchange thing this session.
Okay.
Well, I know what Coyote dreams of getting, and he only needs 50 million new yen. Aaron knows what I'm talking about. He sent me about a week ago. It's non-canon, so it's not a thing, but Ares Battle Mech Droid was one of the little things in it.
A battle mech droid. How big is that?
Yeah, it was something like...
It's
It
big.
was like 30 body, 50 armor, and it was ridiculous.
If you find things that are non-canon that you want to use, you can go ahead and send them to me. I may have to tweak them beforehand, but non-canon, as long as they make sense for them to exist, I may allow
It
them.
doesn't.
Well, I mean, I'd say,
Nothing in-
of course, you'd have to. I mean, I'm sure it might exist somewhere. You just have to go through the entire logistics of Coyote somehow.
Yeah,
I
Battletech Droid will
actually
probably be a no.
seriously doubt that Ares has, manufactured a 20-story tall humanoid robot piloted like a Japanese anime mecha.
Maybe it's like one of those.
Maybe as a maybe not a political stunt, but a
Proof of concept.
wasn't going
See,
with
we could
proof of
totally
concept. Wasn't
make
going. Wasn't going anywhere near proof of concept as a publicity stunt.
No, it's a proof of concept. A bunch of overambitious Ares engineers decided to embezzle trillions of dollars to design and fabricate it, and said, "See, we should totally do a production run. This could be the new staple of, militaries worldwide." They were promptly executed by firing squad, all using next season's Ares line.
Yeah, but even the bigger issue is 50 million new yen. I think Coyote's gone. I mean, he doesn't need a mech after that. He's buying some palace off somewhere, getting a dwarf.
50 million mana. 50 million new yen is certainly more than enough to sustain a very, very happy lifestyle.
Grimith, I actually have there's actually a added power that you might be interested in me getting.
What?
Living focus.
That's dumb. Don't you dare waste a full point on that. I would shoot you. Yes, I know what it is. Now, if you want to enter into some sort of pact with a free spirit, I mean, obviously what you'd really be after is something like a life pact. No, not that. A formula pact. The spirit infuses a copy of its spirit formula into the character, who then carries it with him for the rest of time. The character gains the power immunity to age, and the spirit cannot be affected by the use of any other copy of its formula for as long as the character lives. The character's aura is visibly tainted by the spirit's signature, and the character himself may be used or use himself as the spirit's formula for any purposes. You see, you become immune to age, and the spirit is protected by other people who may actually find a way to have a formula for it. A great deal.
Yeah, there's not many spirits that would trust you with that.
Yes. Yes.
Let me go ahead and say there's currently no spirits that would even come close to trusting you with that.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, it's Vice. He's the trustworthy guy on the team, right?
I mean, for starters,
Actually,
I mean,
yeah, probably.
a free.
As long as you're not a woman that he can hit.
For starters, a free spirit would have to somehow like you enough or be under such a dire situation involving other copies of its spell formula that would infuse you with its spell formula. And with the spell formula of a free spirit, you can do many things. Yeah, in that case, that takes me down to no karma. All right. Spring break. You see, if I'd entered into an agreement with that free spirit, I wouldn't have had enough karma. It would have been silly.
Well, I really didn't have enough karma to get my thing up there, so one was not going to set me back that much.
One could make the difference, man.
It could.
And of everyone here, Twitch is probably the second least karma dependent.
Yeah, well, I make mistakes, whatever.
The least karma dependent being Coyote.
That is, I was about to say, it's got to be. And see, all during that exchange, I was thinking, it's like, all right, from a metagame perspective, Coyote would just do it, but he doesn't know what's going on. I mean, and so you both jumped in, and so had we had a discussion what it was, I was going to have him offer up and be nice about it. But
Yeah.
you know,
From Twitch's perspective, it's, like essence loss. It's something that she's used to, and if it doesn't mean that much compared to essence loss, what's the matter to her? Based on how it was explained.
I mean, like you say, it's not permanent. You'll get over it in a few,
Oh
a week or
god.
so.
Oh god, after all this karma. We're now at 46 career karma. It's being rounded up to 5 street cred. Shit. We're close to another point of public awareness. No.
Yeah, I saw that. What is it? Is it per 3 we get awareness?
Every 3 street cred. Or every single point of notoriety, I think. Or does that just factor in along with that? I don't know.
No, that just factors in. It's every
Okay.
3 points of either of both of them added together.
All right, that's good. If we ever encounter someone in which case, in which our street cred would take form, we have a high street cred that we can use to
Street cred
add
is
it can add the social roles.
it's a modifier to social roles against anyone who gives a shit.
Yep.
And who would actually know about it. Just saying that you have street
Right.
cred doesn't mean much.
Like I
But,
said, anyone who would give a shit about it.
That's very
they're-
encompassing, yes.
If they're not clued in enough to give a shit about it, they don't give a shit about it.
Well, there are some
And
people who may
honestly-
give a shit, but who wouldn't know.
Most of the people who would give a shit about it would know about it. That's kind of the point of street cred. The people who
More
care enough to be
importantly-
clued in are clued in.
Yeah, the people we need to know will know, is what I figure.
So yeah, I got my Magic 6, I got my initiatory ordeal done, so whenever I piece some more karma together, I get some free time. I might actually clear out for my grade 1. My goodness, and get a meta magic. Not that I know what I'd choose. I'm so excited.
Well, how long does it take to initiate?
It doesn't provide a suggestion at all for how long it would. Looking up in like forums, I've noted that it would basically be like on par with how long you'd make another character spend like trying to increase their stuff. Like maybe a week, maybe 2 weeks. It sort of depends on the speed of the game and like what timetables you sort of require for like other characters. I mean, keeping in mind, like, just because I initiate, I still have to then gather all of the karma required to increase magic up, which, I mean, to increase it to 7, I would need 35 karma, which is going to take at least 5 sessions, if not 6 or 7, to earn up, so you have a pretty good throttle on the speed at which I can increase it in the first place. The initiation itself can, the meta magics are pretty nice. But,
Okay, it wasn't. I didn't know if it gave a listed time frame for like how long, but if they don't, then assuming you're self-initiating, you've done the time to you spent your time that week doing the meditation. That'll you can initiate. I'll only say a week to initiate.
Okay. I'll,
Bye, Jordan.
bye, Jordan.
See you guys. Bye, YouTube.
I'll keep that in the bank for later. Then I was thinking about it, and in regards to what meta
User
magic
disconnected
I'd
from your
pick,
channel.
I was thinking like, I don't know, flexible signature or masking or that counterspelling one, because I like the idea of increasing my counterspelling. I didn't like the centering one so much, although it's not bad. I just there's just so many awesome options. It's like fucking candy.
It
like fucking
does
candy.
come with a
Like, dude, I want 12 initiate grades just so I can have 12 meta magics. Oh my god. Oh. Yay, I can cast. That's another thing too. That's why I was thinking about not going after 4/6 so easily. Due to if I cast spells at 4/6, I enter that next tier of drain with the force divided by 2 thing, since it's all rounded down. 6 divided by 2 is an entirely different number than 5 divided by 2.
That it is.
I have made a factual statement. Good job, Sean. All right, were you well rested for this session today?
I had my drug of choice, caffeine, plenty of it.
Okay.
That was the main thing that I didn't have before that was hurting me.
'Cause it certainly sounded like that you were together from a mental health perspective here. It was good. It reflected well in the session.
Better than normal.
It was good. All right, I'll go on and ride off into the sunset, and maybe I'll actually make. Well, I've already made decisions about my character. I already know how my sheet will look next week. Woo! I did a good job.
Yeah, well, take it easy. I think Coyote's sheet is going to look identically next week because he doesn't want to buy anything, and he's already paid for 2 months of lifestyle. So
Good times.
It would have been great if we had been kept there for 2 months, right, guys?
No, it wouldn't have, because that would have screwed up my other plans.
I was thinking, maybe it was his plan to have us being kept here for 2 months. I hope he doesn't expect me to try to take on a Force 12, 13, 14, 15 spirit, because that ain't fucking happening.
You know what? I expect
It wasn't Force 15.
Okay.
Force 15 is reserved for the big bad.
Oh, okay. Well, thank God. I better increase my edge before then.
Disconnected.
And with that, folks, we're out. Hopefully this setup turned out well. Considering everything, if it didn't, well, son of a bitch. I spent some time before this session trying to set up the volume levels and balance everything well so that I wouldn't have to do volume leveling. That shit takes like 15 to 20 minutes. And in addition to whatever time it actually takes me to set up to, drag through the videos. And along with that, no more MP3s. Audio only, you guys can rip your own if you really want them. I offer them as a convenience because people had asked me before, in like the VTM games, the D&D games, and, whenever I did it for this, they were almost never used. I'm not upset about that, I've just decided I don't want to spend my time doing that anymore. If there's a massive public outcry, you know what? I don't think I'll care right now, but I might change my mind. I am a mercurial individual. Take care, everyone. I should get the rest of Chapter 6 uploaded tonight. Not that that matters. I don't know why I'm telling you guys this, like you're gonna see this video tomorrow, because I usually upload things so fast. I'll see you whenever. Good night.